There's a tale told about a 15th century German man named Johann Georg Faust. In real life, he was an alchemist, an astrologer, and a magician during the German Renaissance. The legend, however, said that Faust was quite successful, but also very dissatisfied with his life, leading him to sell his soul to the devil in exchange for unlimited knowledge and worldly pleasure. Several playwrights and authors have since retold the story of Dr. Faust, sometimes also called Dr. Faustus, the man who sold his soul to the devil. Today we tend to use that expression more as a caution. To sell your soul means to do anything it takes, no matter how immoral, illegal, or just plain wrong it is, to achieve your objective. In today's gospel reading, Jesus asks, what good is it for someone to gain the whole world, yet forfeit their soul? What can anyone exchange in return for what can anyone give in exchange for their soul? Dr. Faust gained unlimited knowledge for 24 years, according to one version, in exchange for them belonging to the devil for eternity. Today on eBay, you can sell your soul for $400 if you can slip through the cracks. Souls are one of the items that are restricted on the restricted list for the online auction company. In the year 2000, eBay explained that they do not allow the auctioning of souls for the following reasons. If the soul does not exist, eBay cannot allow the auctioning of the soul because there would be nothing to sell. However, if the soul does exist, then in accordance with eBay's policy on human parts and remains, we would not allow the auction of human souls. There's other stories of musicians, like the guitarist in the movie O Brother, Where Art Thou?, who sell their soul to the devil in order to have phenomenal musical talent. And these are stories of people selling their soul to achieve something really run quite the gamut. Yet the more pressing question is really to ask why. What causes someone to sell their soul? Why are there all these stories about it? In the case of the guy who got $400 for his on eBay, he said it was because he was bored. And anytime he's bored, he turns to the internet. Dr. Faust was dissatisfied with his life and wanted something more. In the case of musicians, it's because they really want to become the best musician ever. What these examples have in common is a dissatisfaction with life and wanting something more. They're at a crossroads, and they make very poor decisions. Jesus advises against forfeiting or selling your soul. When we're at a crossroads and we're trying to figure out which path to choose, what do? You take the road less traveled, sell your soul, do nothing, and how do you decide? Do you let the decision be made for you? Do you pray for God's guidance? Consult trusted friends? Where do you find wisdom? In Proverbs this morning, we read about Lady Wisdom, wisdom personified. She's there in the street, the public square, out in the open, on the busiest street corners, and at the entrance to the city gates. Here in Lisbon, it would mean she's across the street at the Welcome to Lisbon sign. She's over at the traffic circle. She's at that Food Line parking lot and by that High's gas station. She's next door at the elementary school and over by the fire station. Wisdom is in these public places, in these places where people gather. And she's not just sitting quietly by in these intersections of people. She's calling out. Wisdom longs to be heard. She's raising her voice, calling aloud, crying out, speaking with urgency, inviting anyone who will hear to listen to her. How long will you refuse to listen to me? How long will you ignore me? I have called and you refused. I stretched out my hand and you ignored me. But those who listen to me will live in safety and be at ease without fear of disaster. Wisdom longs to be heard. That's why she's in these public places. That's why she's at busy intersections and where people gather. And most people long to do the right thing. Most people want to be wise. We want to know the right thing to do. The children's resource that I read for each Sunday defines wisdom as all of God's ideas about how the world should be and how we should treat one another. What does God say about how the world should be? What does God say about how we should treat each other? That's all Lady Wisdom is asking here. It's pretty basic stuff, really. And like the book Pastor Robert Fulton came out with in 1990, everything I need to know I learned in kindergarten. heard. The problem is we don't always take the time at each intersection to pause and consider. We don't always realize when we're at a crossroads, where we have a place to choose wisdom or foolishness. More often than not, we just charge ahead, fueled by our emotions or following the lead of someone else. We don't always take the time to consider what's wise in each situation, in each interaction, in each intersection. And because we don't take the time with most interactions, which frankly is unrealistic, right? It takes time for each to, it's unrealistic. It's not going to happen. For each person to pause every single time and think, what's God's idea about this? How am I going to treat this person? It makes it that much more important than how we are formed. It's important how we are shaped. Our spiritual formation is crucial because that impacts our identity and how we're going to act in any given situation. Spiritual formation is an ongoing journey as we grow closer to God throughout our lives. The Wesleyan term for it would be sanctification, as we're going on to perfection, as we're becoming more like Christ. Author and pastor Richard Foster has this beautiful description of why spiritual formation is important. He wrote, "We are eternal beings, but we have lost sight of eternal living. We spend time, energy, and money on our physical needs, but neglect our souls. Our misplaced efforts leave us feeling powerless and detached from God, and that's not how God intended it to be. We're meant to be in relationship with God and each other in a way that is dynamic, whole, and fresh every day. A relationship that extends beyond church services into every facet of our lives. Spiritual formation helps us reclaim our relationship with God as it was meant to be. It's not trying, it's training in eternal living. Determined discipleship of Jesus Christ, and the way that we discover the renewable source of spiritual energy that we've been looking for. Spiritual formation is about taking care of your souls, not instead of your physical bodies, but in addition to your physical body. Our souls weren't meant to be an extraneous, unused body part like the appendix. They're at the core of who we are. And when you tend to them, when you do those practices that feed your soul, then when you're at an intersection, whether you take time to recognize it or not, there is no crisis, and you don't have to think through the possible consequences, because you already know how you're going to act. You're going to act in accordance with God's principles. You're going to act with love, and mercy, and kindness. You're going to follow God's ideas of how the world should be. Now, there still remain obstacles, even with all that. One is that there's so many competing voices of wisdom. Wisdoms are in overabundance today, practically overwhelming us with self-help books, TV shows, 7 steps to a better life, life coaches. Advice is plentiful. Drink more water, cut back on carbs, exercise more, do this, don't do that, buy this product. The whole advertising industry is based on telling you what to do and giving you advice. But what to do, what you need, and especially lately, feeding our egos and selfish desires with messages of, you deserve this. So which wisdom do you keep? Or do you decide to resist all wisdom because it's just too much? The second obstacle worth mentioning is that God's wisdom is often hard to live out. It's not an easy path. Spiritual disciplines like Bible study, prayer, worship, abstaining from something, giving to something, generosity, self-control, these all help us live by God's wisdom. Jesus says, whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. Whoever wants to save their life will lose it. Whoever loses their life for me and for the gospel will save it. At each intersection, we have the option to follow Jesus, to choose God's wisdom. In 1 Corinthians, Paul writes that the message of the cross is foolishness to those who are perishing, but to us who are being saved it is the power of God. Furthermore, we preach Christ crucified, stumbling block to some, foolishness to others, but to those whom God has called, Christ is the power of God and Christ is the wisdom of God. It's not an easy path, and there are many crossroads. These are not parallel lines, they are ones that intersect and turn all around. Yet earlier in Proverbs 1, the author wrote that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. That is, a good relationship with God is the beginning of wisdom. good relationship with God. That's the point of spiritual formation. It means that when you come to a crossroad of whether or not to sell your soul, there is no question. You're not even going to consider it in the first place, because you know the value of your soul, and you're not afraid of what might happen. Proverbs ends with Lady Wisdom saying that the waywardness of the simple will kill them, and the complacency of fools will destroy them. But whoever listens to me will live in safety and be at ease, without fear of disaster. Even the long-running TV show The Simpsons did an episode on selling your soul back in 1993. It's been on a long time, hasn't it? Homer Simpson announces that he would sell his soul to the devil for a donut. And so, of course, the devil shows up to take him up on his offer. Homer then tries to outsmart the devil by not finishing the donut. He leaves one bite on the plate and puts it away in the fridge. Right? You can see Homer doing this for those who watch the show, right? However, then one night he gets up looking for a good night's snack, and he's half asleep, not paying attention, not thinking, and he eats that last bite. So much for trying to get out of this deal. There are times when you can mitigate the consequences of your foolishness, and times when you can't. So draw close to God. Listen to and heed God's wisdom. Some of it will sound crazy, some of it will sound like foolishness. When I left teaching in North Carolina to follow Jesus to teach in Nicaragua, some of my fellow teachers did call me foolish. What are you doing, Heather? But in losing my life for the sake of the gospel, I found my life again. That summer before I went to Nicaragua was also the summer that we had a pastoral change at my Sunday church in North Carolina. As you all know, pastor's appointment started July 1st, so this would have been in June of that summer. The pastor who left preached his last sermon at our church on this passage from Proverbs 1, about Lady Wisdom calling out from the intersections. He said that it's in your intersections with yourself and with others and with God that shape your life. And it's in your intersections with others that you show Jesus to them and that you meet God. May we also be wise at the intersections of our lives. People formed by God to show God to the world. And people who continuously seek to meet God and find Him and be found by Him.